Well, I'm Jagindar Rana. The topic of the day is health insurance for NRIs in India. Health insurance for NRIs in India. So, NRIs means non-resident Indians who frequently visit India should buy a separate health insurance policy in India, as an international cover may not offer comprehensive protection here. So while travel insurance may provide a safety net for health related risks during visits home, it may not address ongoing health issues or chronic conditions. So buying a health cover in India offers the advantage of a local network of hospitals, direct claim settlement, and no currency conversion issues. And if an NRI decides to return to India permanently, having a domestic health insurance plan in place will ensure continuous coverage without the need to serve a waiting period for pre-existing diseases. When choosing a policy, NRIs should consider coverage for pre-existing diseases, cashless hospital networks, and critical illnesses. Exclusions typically include cosmetic surgeries, maternity benefits, and treatments outside India. So it is important to carefully review the terms before purchasing. NRIs need to ensure that they have an OCI card when applying for health insurance in India. This OCI card is called Overseas Citizen of India. So additionally, if payments are made through an NRI account, NRIs can avail of GST exemptions by submitting an exemption form to their insurance provider. Higher top-up is a better option for them. Opting for a base cover with a top-up can be a smart and cost-effective strategy for NRIs. A base cover offers essential protection while a top-up ensures higher coverage for critical illnesses or expensive treatments without significantly increasing premiums. For instance, if the base cover is for rupees 10 lakh and the top-up is rupees 90 lakh, then the total cover becomes rupees 1 crore. This approach is very cost-effective. Given the rising cost of healthcare in India, a top-up plan provides an affordable way to secure extensive coverage for serious medical situations while keeping their initial investments minimal. So this is especially useful for those who do not anticipate using their health insurance frequently but want a safety net in case of high cost emergencies. Similarly, taking a base cover of a minimal amount along with a higher top-up is a good strategy for NRIs. The base policy can cover routine or small healthcare needs. The top-up, on the other hand, can provide coverage for high-cost treatments. So before finalizing a health policy in India, NRI should check whether the insurer has a wide hospital network and hassle-free claim processes. Waiting periods for pre-existing conditions, age restrictions, renewal terms, and sublimits on treatments must be closely reviewed. They should note that in most policies there are exclusions for specific treatments such as cosmetic surgeries, fertility treatments during the initial policy years. They must note that plans bought from India may not cover international treatments. So while travel insurance typically provides coverage for emergencies, it does not cover plant treatments. So a health insurance plan bought from India will not only provide comprehensive coverage but will also help with doctor visit, pharmacy cost, and diagnostics. So, amidst the dynamism of a significant life change, the importance of safeguarding your health should not be overlooked. As a non resident Indian, health insurance in India might seem like a complex endeavor. You may wonder about its feasibility and accessibility. Here is a guide to help you navigate India's NRI health insurance space. NRIs can not only purchase new health insurance policies but are also allowed to continue holding existing health insurance plans. However, this eligibility is subject to the underwriter's process of the respective insurance company. So, the underwriting process involves assessing the risk profile of the applicant, determining coverage, and setting premiums. A medical test may be mandatory to buy health insurance in India, especially for applicants with pre-existing conditions or older individuals. This helps insurance providers assesses the individual's health status accurately, depending on the underwriting policy of the insurance providers. NRIs who are not in India for their medical checkups may require a medical underwriting process. During this, they may be asked for detailed information about their medical history, including information about any pre-existing conditions, past hospitalizations, or ongoing treatments. So, persons of Indian origin and overseas citizens of India are also allowed to purchase health insurance in India. The terms and conditions as well as approval processes are determined by the concerned insurance company. So, the process of applying for NRI health insurance in India can differ based on whether you are purchasing the policy while you are visiting India or from abroad. So, the direct purchase in India, in case of direct purchase in India, you can purchase insurance products directly through the branches or websites of your Indian insurance company or bank when you visit India. Or online purchase from abroad, you have the option to buy health insurance online through the website of your chosen insurance company or bank while residing outside India. So, NRI Health Insurance and Foreign Exchange Management Act regulations says, which were enacted in 1999 by the Government of India, FEMA consolidates laws related to the regulations and management of foreign exchange. So, according to FEMA regulations, the claim amount payable under health insurance for NRIs can be in Indian rupees if the premiums were paid in Indian rupees. Moreover, claims outside India, especially in the case of global coverage by Indian insurers, can be settled in foreign currency. However, settlements in foreign currency are contingent on the amount of premium paid in the specific foreign currency. Then the benefits of health insurance for NRIs in India. Choosing health insurance for NRIs in India holds several advantages, such as comprehensive coverage, financial protection against medical expenses, and the flexibility to manage health-related contingencies while residing abroad. Then health insurance policies offered by life insurance companies. The benefits provided by health insurance policies offered by life insurance companies are typically lump sum payments paid upon the diagnosis of the covered medical illnesses. These benefits are applicable globally and are payable regardless of where the illness is diagnosed. However, the jurisdiction of the policy contract rests with the Indian code as stipulated in the terms and conditions of your health policy. So, while you have the flexibility to avail of treatment anywhere in the world, a medical practitioner's certificate is required when making a claim. This certificate must be issued by a licensed medical professional registered with the Medical Council of any Indian state, the Medical Council of India or the Council for Indian Medicines or Homeopathy established by the Government of India or a state government. However, it is important to note that the said medical practitioner cannot be either of the three parties mentioned below. You, the insured, an individual who has blood or marital relationship with you, or an individual who shares the same residence as you. Then goods and service tax, refund on health insurance for NRIs in India. As an NRI availing health insurance policies offered by life insurance companies in India, you can also benefit from an 18% GST refund. However, you, the policyholder, must initiate the refund process. You can avail of a GST refund for yourself or a family member in India if you fulfill the below conditions. Pay your premiums annually using a non-resident external account, that is called NRI. Only your stay abroad exceeds 180 days, or you qualify as an NRI under the Income Tax Act 1961. Your health insurance plan is active. Give the bank statement of your NRI account for the last 6 months, highlighting the transactions for premium payments. Submit a copy of your Know Your Customer documents such as a passport or Aadhaar card. Then provide international address proof, a tax residency certificate and a recent photograph. While health insurance is generally a prudent investment, there may be factors where the NRIs might consider not buying health insurance in India. For instance, if you have existing coverage in the host country, additionally paying for multiple health insurance plans can be hard on the finances. The duration of your stay in India may also influence your decisions. The option for NRIs to apply for health insurance in India may offer benefits such as global coverage, tax savings, and peace of mind. Engaging the services of a financial advisor may help you understand the implications of buying health insurance and in turn help you plan your finances. So the world has become a global village thanks to a technological advancement, digital and otherwise. Now, if you are an NRI and thinking of a visit to India, then you must have some sort of health insurance coverage to ensure financial support in case of medical emergency. Whether you want to purchase it for the short term or a long term is up to you and your travel plans. Because health insurance for NRI is a category based on the legal residential status of the person willing to get insured in India. There can be legal and tax implications to this. Therefore, one must strictly adhere to the stated documentation process while buying or renewing and raising a claim against this policy. So, as a non-resident Indian living abroad, you can buy health insurance policies in India to cover yourself and your family in India. To be eligible, you simply need to provide documentation that proves your Indian citizenship, such as a valid address proof, recent ITR filing, or PAN card. So, for persons of Indian origin, a copy of your passport is required to purchase an NRI health plan in India. It is highly recommended for NRIs planning to permanently move back to India within the next 2-3 years to buy health coverage in advance. This ensures your policy's waiting period for pre-existing conditions are completed by the time you relocate. So getting health insurance in place while still abroad also avoids the need to urgently shop for plans after arriving in India. You can have peace of mind knowing you and your family will be covered as soon as you return. So purchasing NRI health insurance in India well ahead of intended move back can provide vital financial protection. Importance and benefits of choosing medical insurance for NRIs is there is no geographical restrictions, because health insurance policy often comes with geographical restrictions. If you already have a health insurance policy in your country or residence, for example USA, it might have no or limited coverage outside of its geographical limits. However, when you purchase health insurance in India, you will not have those geographical limits and can avail of insurance coverage throughout the country. Then the adequate coverage. As an NRI, you might be vulnerable to certain health issues while visiting India. For example, flu-related issues or stomach-related issues. So if you purchase a health insurance policy in India, you can avail of adequate coverage as per your requirement. For example, opting for a high sum insured along with a personal accident cover. And hassle-free claim settlement. In case you face medical issues and need to raise a claim, setting it with an India-based insurer is likely to be more streamlined compared to the one based in a foreign land. This is if you are covered by their policy in India. For example, with an India-based insurer, you can directly avail of cashless limits, as they will have tie-ups with several hospitals. Thus, the processes will be hassle-free. However, the same might not be possible in the case of a foreign-based insurer, as there will be a lot of communication, documentation, inspection, etc., which can be time-consuming. And tax benefits. So, purchasing a health insurance policy not only offers financial support for covered medical issues, but also offers tax benefits. You can avail of tax benefits under Section 80D of the Income Tax Act for purchasing health insurance in India. This provision is related to reducing the tax liability for taxable income in India. So the exact benefit will depend upon the premium and the tax benefit slabs for the financial year. And next one is continuous coverage. If you are an NRI who frequently travels to India, then opting for a health insurance policy in the country will help you with continuous coverage throughout the policy period. For instance, if you buy a policy for the coverage period of 2 years, you don't have to worry about buying insurance every time you visit India during those 2 years. And the waiting period is by advantage. Some health insurance policies need you to complete a waiting period before you can raise a claim. This is usually applicable in case of pre-existing diseases that exists while purchasing the policy. If you are an NRI who plans to come back to reside in India permanently after a few years, then buying a health insurance policy at the earliest will be helpful to meet the waiting period requirement. This way, when you return to India for good, your waiting period will have been served. So how can a non-resident Indians apply for health insurance? The process for purchasing NRI insurance can vary from one insurer to another. Also, the process might not be as straightforward as it is for a resident Indian, where the residents can directly buy an online health insurance policy via the insurer's website or app without documentation. So here is an overview of application process. Step 1, get in touch with the insurer via website or app. Then meet their criteria for submitting required documents such as passport number, permanent account number, etc. Select a plan for your choice, undergo medical test required if any. Pay the applicable premium and then revive the policy, verify the details and get them rectified if there is an issue. Yes, NRIs can purchase a health insurance policy in India even if they are covered under some policy in their country of residence. So some NRIs might be insured for their employers or might have a wide-ranging policy offering domestic as well as international coverage. In such a scenario, NRIs can opt for a health insurance policy in India for enhanced coverage. Thank you. Thank you very much.